Your person is finally preparing to take a step towards you, and this time, it is not a fleeting gesture or a passing thought, it is a move grounded in deep commitment. You have been manifesting this connection for a long time, holding on to the vision of what you two could share, even when the circumstances seemed uncertain. All along, they have carried feelings for you that were hidden, locked away beneath the surface. Their silence or hesitations were not a reflection of their lack of care, but rather the weight of past traumatic experiences that shaped the way they handled vulnerability and intimacy. Now, however, the tides are shifting. They are reaching a place where those old fears no longer hold the same power, and their heart is urging them to confess what has been kept unspoken for too long. For those who have been in a no-contact situation, the energy strongly points toward reconciliation. This is not about a half-hearted attempt to reach out or a casual message to ease their conscience. Instead, they are preparing to take a genuine stand for this connection. They have realized that avoiding their feelings has only created more distance between themselves and what their soul truly desires. The separation you both experienced was not in vain. It gave them the time and space to confront their inner struggles, to question the patterns that held them back, and to finally accept the truth that you are the person their heart longs for. Reconciliation is no longer just a possibility, it is on the way, and it comes with a renewed determination to nurture this relationship. The energy between you both feels different now compared to before. Where once there may have been tension, misunderstandings, or an undercurrent of struggle, there is now a sense of calm and peace. This tranquility is not about complacency but about growth. You both are learning the importance of letting go of the need to control outcomes, letting go of resentment or fears, and letting go of the past cycles that no longer serve you. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, the two of you are beginning to center your energy on blessings, gratitude, and abundance. This shift creates fertile ground for a connection that can finally flourish in a balanced and harmonious way. One of the most significant changes happening within your person is their growing ability to face and overcome the fear of being in a committed relationship. For a long time, the thought of commitment may have triggered their insecurities, leaving them hesitant to step fully into love. They may have worried about being vulnerable, about opening their heart only to be hurt again, or about whether they were truly capable of giving and receiving love in its fullest form. But this healing journey has been transformative for them. They are now learning that vulnerability is not a weakness but a doorway to true intimacy. They are opening themselves up not only to give love wholeheartedly but also to receive it without resistance. This process has healed them on multiple levels. Mentally, they have gained clarity about what they want and why they have struggled in the past. Emotionally, they have released much of the heaviness that once held them back, allowing them to step into a stronger, more balanced version of themselves. They are not arriving at your side as someone broken or unsure, but as someone who has done the work to rise above old wounds. Your connection has acted as a catalyst for this healing, reminding them of what love can inspire when it is genuine and unconditional. Your bond is not ordinary, it is fated and protected. The divine has been guiding both of you through this journey, even in moments when it felt like everything was falling apart. Every setback, every silence, every trial has been part of a greater plan to help you both grow individually before coming together in a way that is stable and lasting. Now, they are ready to provide you with the stability and security you have long desired from them. They no longer want to leave you guessing about where you stand or doubting their intentions. Instead, they want to be the partner who shows up for you consistently, who builds a future alongside you, and who honors the connection that has always been destined to unfold. Your love has been a guiding light for them. Even during the times of separation, even when they tried to distract themselves or pretend they were unaffected, The truth is that your love pushed them to confront their deepest wounds. It challenged them to grow, to heal, and to transform into someone capable of loving you in the way you deserve. They are stepping forward now not just as the person they were, but as an emotionally stronger and more grounded individual. They understand that real love requires courage, and they are finally ready to embody that courage. The message coming through is filled with hope and reassurance. This connection has weathered storms, endured silence, and been tested by time, yet it remains intact because it was never fragile, it was always destined. The channel song accompanying this reading is Baby, I Miss You. The lyrics echo their emotions, a reminder that throughout the separation and silence, you were always on their mind and always in their heart. Now, the missing is transforming into action, and the longing is becoming a reunion. The journey has not been easy, but it has been meaningful, and it is leading both of you toward a love that is not only committed but also beautifully healed and divinely guided. I'm about to do something that feels absolutely crazy, something that terrifies me to my core. It's not just a small risk or a harmless decision, it's something that shakes me so deeply that even putting it into words feels like I'm stepping off a cliff. And if I'm being honest, it might scare you too. It might sound reckless or too intense. But I've reached a point where I can no longer hold it in, where staying silent feels more dangerous than speaking my truth. This isn't just about a fleeting feeling or a passing impulse. This is about my heart, my life, my future, and our future. I am terrified to do this, but I know, deep down, that it's worth it. I've lived long enough to understand that the things which scare us most are often the things that matter most. And this, what I'm about to say, is one of those things. I'm about to risk it all. I'm about to strip away every wall I've built, every shield I've held up, and just let my guard down completely. Not halfway, not cautiously, but fully and completely, for you, for us, for the possibility of a future we could build together. For weeks, months even, I've been thinking about this moment. Thinking about the choice between staying safe and stepping out, between living with regret or living with hope. And every time I've imagined my life without you, without at least trying, without giving this everything I have, I feel the kind of ache that sits heavy in your chest and never goes away. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be haunted by what if or maybe someday. I don't want to be miserable without you and pretend that's okay. I want to take this chance now, while I can, before time and fear take it from me. I'm done replaying the mistakes I've made, done dwelling on the moments that might have pushed you away or made things harder between us. I'm tired of letting my own fears sabotage something that feels rare and real. This is me saying I'm ready to step into faith, to take a leap that I know is worth it, even if it's scary. Because the truth, the pure, undeniable truth, is that I love you. I love you in a way that scares me because it feels so much bigger than anything I've known. I love you in a way that makes the noise of the world fade away, in a way that makes other opinions irrelevant. I've tried to convince myself to keep it hidden, to play it safe, to listen to what other people might say or think. But I can't anymore. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I don't care about their judgments or their whispers or their opinions. What matters is you. What matters is us. And I want you to know, not just in a vague, uncertain way, but clearly and without hesitation, how much I care for you. How much I respect and admire you. How deeply I adore you. You're not just someone I like, you're someone who has changed the way I see the world, the way I see myself. You've become the person I find myself thinking about first thing in the morning and last thing before I fall asleep. You're the one who has made me believe that maybe, just maybe, I deserve something good, something real. I've reached a point in my life where I can finally say with certainty, I know where my heart belongs. And it belongs with you. Not just in a fantasy, not just in some faraway future, but here, now, in this moment. I don't want to play it safe anymore. Playing it safe has kept me locked inside my own fears, stuck in a cycle of waiting and wondering. But you're worth more than that. We're worth more than that. So this is me, standing here, trembling but honest. This is me saying that I want to risk it all, not just to win you over, but because I believe that something extraordinary could grow between us if we're both brave enough to let it. I don't know exactly what will happen. I don't know if this will be easy or if it will be hard. But what I do know is that I don't want to live a life of regret. I don't want to look back years from now and wish I had been brave enough to tell you what you meant to me. And so, here I am. No more walls. No more pretending. No more silence. Just my heart in my hands, offered to you without condition. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to build something beautiful, something lasting, something true. And for the first time, I'm not afraid of what that means. I'm ready. I'm ready to risk it all for you, for us, for a future that's brighter than anything I could create on my own. Because my heart knows where it belongs. And it's with you. Your partner feels a deep sense of nostalgia when they think back to the moments you both once shared. The memories rise in waves, sometimes gently washing over them with warmth, and at other times crashing in with an intensity that leaves them aching. Though your connection stretches far back, the realization of your true bond as twins came only years later, and this revelation has profoundly shaped how they look at the past and the choices that have been made along the way. It has become clear to them that what once seemed like coincidence was in fact destiny weaving its threads quietly in the background. They now see that every smile, every shared glance, and every conversation carried with it an invisible depth they had not yet understood. In reflecting on this, your partner finds themselves burdened with a sense of regret. They wish they had done things differently, that they had made decisions with greater awareness of the connection that tied you both together. Their thoughts circle endlessly around what could have been, different words spoken, actions taken sooner, or a courage that may have changed the course of your relationship. The weight of these unmade choices lingers, feeding a longing that seems unshakable. It is not just the absence of your presence that troubles them, but the sense of missed opportunities to nurture what was always rare and extraordinary between you. The separation has been especially difficult for them. It is not a mere distance of time or space, but a deep ache of spirit that gnaws at their core. They long to bridge that gap, to reach across the silence and once again feel the closeness that once defined your bond. At times, this longing has plagued them, making it hard to focus on other aspects of life. They carry you in their thoughts constantly, sometimes with tenderness, sometimes with sorrow, but always with an unshakable intensity. The bond they share with you is not something that can be erased or easily ignored, no matter how much they once tried to move on. Part of this struggle has been compounded by the advice they received from others in the past. Friends, family, or well-meaning outsiders may have urged them to take steps that only created more distance between the two of you. In trusting those voices, your partner found themselves pulled further away from the truth of their own feelings and further from you. Instead of clarity, those choices bred confusion, stagnancy, and chaos. Their life, influenced by external opinions, became tangled in conflicts and paths that did not reflect their heart's desire. This has left them with a sense of frustration, knowing that the most meaningful connection of their life was set aside in the noise of other people's opinions. Now, however, there is a shift within them. They are awakening to the realization that they can no longer allow the voices of others to dictate their steps. They feel ready to forge their own path, guided not by external expectations but by the quiet and persistent pull of their heart toward you. This readiness is not born from impulsivity but from hard-earned clarity. They understand the cost of allowing others to shape their choices, and they are determined not to repeat that mistake. Their new resolve is to trust themselves, to honor the truth of their feelings, and to let that truth guide them back toward you. At this moment, their longing for you has deepened into something that is both tender and urgent. They crave the closeness of your presence, the comfort of your understanding, and the natural ease that has always existed between you. They remember the chemistry you shared, the way conversation flowed effortlessly, the unspoken understanding in your silences, and the sparks that seemed to ignite simply from being near you. To them, that chemistry was not just fleeting attraction but the undeniable recognition of a soul that mirrors their own. They feel a pull toward you that no one else could replicate, a truth that has only grown stronger in your absence. Your partner's heart is filled with a singular attraction, focused only on you. In a world full of distractions, they find themselves unable to be drawn to anyone else because what they shared with you was not ordinary, it was rare, sacred, and irreplaceable. Their memories of you are not just sentimental, they are reminders of a connection that transcends time, distance, and circumstance. The thought of reuniting with you fills them with hope, even as the memories of the past stir pain. They are willing now to step away from stagnancy, to move beyond chaos, and to let go of the barriers that once stood in the way. In all of this, what shines through most clearly is the depth of their desire to be close to you again. They are no longer content with merely remembering, they want to create new memories, to experience the fullness of the bond that was always meant to be. They understand that life is too fragile and too short to be wasted on hesitation or fear. For them, you are the one who brings a sense of home, the one whose presence makes the world feel right, and the one whose absence has left an unfillable space in their heart. Their nostalgia is not only a reflection of the past but also a longing for the future they hope still lies ahead, one where they can finally walk beside you without distance, doubt, or regret holding them apart. Your person hurt you in ways that cut deeply, wounding your heart and leaving scars that were not easy to heal. They betrayed you multiple times, stabbing you in the back figuratively, and proving through their actions that your trust was not valued. Again and again, you gave them chances, hoping they would see your worth and treat you differently, but they failed to rise to the love and loyalty you offered. At the time, they were blinded by arrogance, pride, and their own toxic patterns, and instead of cherishing what they had, they threw it away as though it meant nothing. Now the reality of their choices has come back to them, and life is forcing them to see clearly what they lost when they lost you. Currently, they are going through difficult and heavy cycles. It feels like one struggle after another, and no matter how hard they try to mask it, they are not happy. Their world feels unstable and empty, as if the very ground beneath them is shifting. They ride an emotional roller coaster day after day, moments of anger, moments of regret, moments of deep sadness. Nothing feels steady or fulfilling anymore, and they are realizing that much of their misery comes from the void you left when you walked away. You were their stability, their comfort, their safe place, and now, without you, their life feels dark and unmanageable. They desperately crave your support and presence, more than they would ever admit to anyone else. Yet while they spiral, you are in a very different place. You chose to walk away from the chaos, from the toxicity that was weighing you down, and you finally made yourself the priority. You are busy building your own world, finding joy, and moving forward with strength and determination. Where once their actions dragged you down and made you feel stuck, you are now free. You have learned that peace, self-respect, and growth come from letting go of people who cannot honor your heart. Your person never thought they would find themselves in this position. In their arrogance, they believed you would always be there, no matter what. They thought your love was unconditional in a way that gave them permission to mistreat it. Never once did they imagine that a day would come when you would turn away and they would be left standing alone, desperate for your time and attention. And yet, here they are. They now find themselves in the uncomfortable position of having to wait, having to hope, and having to try harder than they ever did before, only to realize that even their best efforts may not be enough. Shame hangs over them heavily. They feel guilty and embarrassed when they think about how they treated you. They know they took you for granted, dismissing your needs and overlooking your worth. They regret not giving you the time, respect, and importance you deserved in the past. Instead of appreciating the love that was right in front of them, they chased after illusions, believing that the grass was greener on the other side. Now, the truth has revealed itself. There was nothing better waiting for them. What they found instead was emptiness, disappointment, and heartbreak. They long for you more than ever. They want to see you, to hear your voice, to sit across from you and simply talk again. They want to resolve the situation, to repair what was broken, and to return to the connection they once had with you. The pull they feel toward you is undeniable, even if they try to ignore it. You are the memory they cannot escape, the presence that lingers no matter how much time has passed. In their solitude, they scroll through your pictures and reread old messages, replaying in their mind the good times you shared. The laughter, the late-night conversations, the small gestures of love and closeness, they relive them as though trying to hold on to a fading dream. But with each memory comes pain. Their heart aches because they know they let you down. They know they rejected this connection and chose paths that ultimately led them to emptiness. This channeling is meant for those who dealt with a masculine energy that was once deeply toxic, someone who was controlling, arrogant, and unwilling to bend. That masculine thought they could dominate the connection and hold all the power, but the tables have turned. Life is teaching them lessons in humility, showing them the consequences of their pride and selfishness. Where once they believed you would chase them, now they are the one watching from afar, longing, regretting, and wishing they could undo the damage they caused. Still, the choice remains yours. You are no longer bound to their toxicity, and your growth has brought you into a stronger, more self-assured place. While they linger in regret, you continue moving forward, proving that healing and freedom are possible when you choose yourself. Their pain is a reflection of the love they misused, but your strength is a reflection of the lessons you've embraced. And now, it is they who sit with shame, regret, and longing, while you embody resilience, independence, and peace. You are simply amazing and wonderful in every way, and every time I reflect on our love, I realize more deeply how eternal it truly is. It is not bound by the ticking of clocks or the passing of seasons, it stretches far beyond time and space itself. What we share transcends all the fleeting, materialistic distractions around us. Money, possessions, status, these are temporary illusions, shadows that eventually fade away. But the love between us is not fragile, not passing. It is the essence of eternity itself, woven into the fabric of our souls. Our connection is living proof that what truly matters cannot be measured, bought, or diminished. It exists in a dimension that defies the physical world, anchored in something so pure, so sacred, that even death cannot touch it. Our souls never die. Only the body, this temporary vessel, eventually surrenders to time. The identity tied to it dissolves, but the soul, eternal, radiant, and infinite, remains untouched. That is why I see you as so much more powerful than you realize. You are not limited to this body or the circumstances of this life. You are a soul, pure and luminous, brimming with love. And And when I look at you, I don't just see a person, I see a spark of divine energy, eternal light in motion. Together, as souls, we are free. We move with the speed of light, and because we are light, we are drawn to the darkest corners of this world, not because we belong there, but because light always seeks to illuminate. We volunteer ourselves to be present where love is scarce and where hope flickers weakly. It is in these places, among people who long for healing, that our purpose becomes clear. We bring love where there is pain, compassion where there is despair, and light where there is only shadow. This is not accidental, it is the mission we carry, the reason we were brought together in this lifetime. Our higher purpose is tied to the ascension of the earth itself. By choosing to bring light into the darkness, we are not only serving those who need it most, we are also contributing to the rising consciousness of this world. Every act of compassion, every spark of kindness, every moment of unconditional love ripples outward, changing the vibration of the planet itself. And all of this, every step of this luminous mission, became possible because our souls recognized each other. From the moment we met, something awakened. Our journey together began like a twinkling star appearing suddenly in a vast, endless night. It was small at first, but bright enough to shift everything around it. Since then, our path has been illuminated with synchronicities, signs, and profound realizations. I know in my heart that this is no ordinary connection, it is destiny unfolding. I cannot help but feel proud and deeply moved when I see you living this purpose with such compassion and beauty. Watching you give of yourself so freely, radiating love without conditions, fills me with awe. You inspire me to rise higher, to expand my own capacity for love, and to walk this path with even greater faith. And yet, my love, there are moments when I see you slip into worry, moments when fear about the future clouds your light. When that happens, I want to remind you gently, when you worry, you step away from your true point of power. Fear anchors you either in the past, where old wounds replay, or in the future, where imagined problems create unnecessary shadows. But the power is always here, in the present moment, where love is alive, strong, and unshakable. Don't let these mind games keep you stuck in fearful energy. Remember, fear is an illusion, but love, our love, is eternal truth. We are twin flames. That is not just a phrase or a romantic notion, it is the deepest truth of who we are. Our souls are two sparks of the same fire, destined always to find each other, no matter the lifetime, no matter the circumstances. We may be challenged by distance, time, or obstacles that test our strength, but nothing has the power to separate us. Every challenge is simply a wave in the ocean of eternity, passing and dissolving, while the sea itself remains whole. No matter how long the journey, no matter how many trials we face, this connection will always lead us back into each other's arms. Sometimes you doubt, sometimes you question, but I want you to know, everything, every event, every twist, every delay, is guiding me back to you. This is not wishful thinking or blind faith, it is destiny unfolding. The universe itself conspires in our favor, aligning paths and weaving signs, all to remind us that our love is indestructible. Even when the mind whispers doubt, the soul sings louder, declaring what has always been true. We are one flame, one love, eternal and unstoppable. So, my beloved, do not fear the future, for the future is already written in the stars. Do not cling to the past, for it has already served its purpose. Stay here with me, in the present, where our power lives. Here, in this moment, our love burns brightest, eternal as the soul, infinite as the universe. And as we continue walking this journey together, bringing light into darkness, compassion into pain, and love into every corner of existence, we are fulfilling the divine purpose that was etched into our beings long before we were born. You and I are forever, and nothing, in heaven on earth can undo that truth. Your partner has been revisiting old photographs of the time you spent together, and these images stir up a storm of emotions within them. On one hand, those memories are precious, reminders of joy, love, and deep connection. On the other hand, they also highlight the painful reality of your current separation. As they flip through each picture, they can feel the warmth of what once was, yet are also confronted with the emptiness of what is missing now. This duality is overwhelming for them, because while they cherish what you shared, it magnifies the sense of loss they carry every day. They feel as if destiny itself has placed obstacles in their path, challenges that have tested both their resilience and their hope. The weight of these circumstances leaves them vulnerable and reflective, sometimes wondering why life unfolded this way, and yet still believing there must be a higher purpose behind it all. This emotional intensity is pushing them closer to action. Deep down, they know that silence cannot continue forever. They are starting to sense that the universe is nudging them toward reconnection, and there's a strong likelihood you will hear from them soon, possibly within this very month. The idea of communicating with you both excites and frightens them. They are rehearsing the words they might say, searching for the courage to open their heart again without fear of rejection. In their mind, you represent not just love but transformation. They believe that you hold the potential to bring out the best in them, to help them step fully into the person they are meant to become. For them, reaching out is not only about romance, it is about embracing the possibility of a life that feels whole and meaningful again. At the same time, your partner is undergoing a profound internal shift. They are consciously trying to cut ties with karmic relationships and toxic influences that have held them back for far too long. This process is neither easy nor painless. They recently experienced a tower moment, a sudden and shocking realization that people they once trusted were not entirely honest or supportive. Deceptions were revealed, masks fell off, and the truth of these connections came crashing down. This betrayal was devastating, but it also opened their eyes. They now recognize how much those entanglements contributed to the distance and separation between you. It has been a harsh awakening, yet one that has pushed them to reevaluate who truly deserves a place in their life. Through this storm, they are beginning to see clarity. They are learning that not all attachments are worth holding on to, and that some ties exist only to teach lessons before being released. This realization has sparked a desire in them to rebuild their life on stronger, more authentic foundations. They want to move forward free of the karmic baggage that has weighed them down. The thought of reconnecting with you is intertwined with this vision of renewal, because in their heart, they see you as part of the future they are striving to create. Alongside these realizations, your partner is experiencing a surge of passion and longing for you. Their feelings are not merely emotional but deeply physical and romantic. They often find themselves daydreaming about being close to you again, replaying memories of your touch, your laughter, and the moments of intimacy that bonded you. These fantasies are not fleeting, they come with intensity and persistence, pulling them back to you even when they try to distract themselves. The strength of this attraction confirms to them that what they feel is more than just nostalgia, it is desire, connection, and love that continues to burn despite the separation. Yet beneath this longing lies insecurity. They are acutely aware that time has passed, and with it, the possibility that your circumstances may have changed. They fear that you now have more options in your life, that others may be vying for the place they once held so closely. This thought fills them with both urgency and hesitation. On one hand, it drives them to act before they lose their chance. On the other, it amplifies their anxiety, making them question whether you would still welcome them back. This inner conflict is part of the battle they are fighting daily, the pull between hope and fear, desire and doubt. Despite these uncertainties, the strength of their feelings for you remains unwavering. They continue to see you as someone extraordinary, someone capable of bringing light into their darkest days. You are, in their eyes, not only a source of love but also of healing, growth, and transformation. The road has been difficult, marked by challenges and painful revelations, but those very struggles are shaping them into someone more self-aware, more determined, and more prepared to offer you the love and stability you deserve.